Neighbors at Gilbert Chocolates, Brian and Sally Kirchbaum. Welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
Good to be here.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
And you brought a lot of Gilbert chocolate
Memorabilia.
history.
Yep.
Memorabilia.
Yep.
Yes.
So for our viewers who might not be aware, Gilbert Chocolates was a huge, nationally known and respected candy company
Yes.
right here in Jackson. How long ago did it start?
We started here in Jackson in 1900. So we're just finishing up our 122nd year
Wow.
in Jackson. Yep.
What was it like back then?
Sweet.
It was downtown for
Yeah, just
a big part of it.
It was a couple doors down. Building's still there. It's the Chamber of Commerce building. It wasn't the first building, but it was the first building that John Gilbert built. And so it's a big building. It had the diner and the downstairs, and the chocolate company and the factory was upstairs. And so, yeah, they were there for a long time, from early 1900s till 1961.
Well, you've accumulated a lot of the memorabilia and history of the company
Yep, we have.
and the family too.
Yes, yes. So
Yes.
today we brought some things. We brought some candies. These candies are actually not candy. They're actually plastic. And they were made in the early 1940s. So these candies are 65 years old. And we brought what they were made for was for the pictures for this ad campaign. And this is a magazine ad. We think it was from Life magazine, but we know it was 1947. So we were advertising in Life magazine in 1947.
Wow, that's amazing.
We don't have it with us today, but we have a similar ad that was in the football program for University of Michigan right around that same time frame. You know, so Gilbert Chocolates was big in the post World War II time, or during World War II even. And matter of fact, this box here, this Cabarella box, was the box that was sent to the soldiers in the war. And yeah, it's a tin, it's insulated. And so, yep. And so we have
kept our soldiers
marching through the mud of Italy. Yes.
It was called the Morale chocolates.
Yeah.
morale chocolate.
Yeah. It
Help
was
'em
the
up. And you know, chocolate's high energy, so it was.
Well, that would boost morale.
yeah. That was
it
the
would.
goal.
It would.
Cigarettes and chocolates.
Well, I don't know about the cigarettes, but the chocolates are cool. And there in front of you, that's a 5-pound box from the 50s, and that's marked as a special event box.
Yeah.
We don't have any boxes that big today, but
Wow.
if you want 5 pounds, we'll fix you up anyway.
I know, because I have asked. The most you'll give me is in one box 2 pounds, but that's pretty good.
They'll get you started anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And we also have. I also brought this cookbook from 1925. John Gilbert's cookbook. Don't focus on that too close. We don't want to give away any secrets. But a lot of the recipes, some of them are even handwritten, you see. So, and we still use these recipes. Now this one was back when they were nationwide. And so this is a recipe for coconut creams. And it makes 250 pounds at a time.
Wow.
We don't do that anymore. So we wouldn't have a clue how to make 250 pounds at a time. But we still make about 30,000 pounds of chocolates a year. So we're busy right now.
That's awesome. Now, did you have that when you took over Gilbert Chocolates? Did you have that book?
It was in the pile of stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, so we have upstairs in our warehouse, we have a little museum, I guess. A
And
lot of this stuff.
I know people walk in every day. It's like, hey, look what I found in my basement. It was, yeah. And then these are, this is a good, you should bring this size back.
Yeah,
I like that. And more 50-year-old chocolates in
yeah,
here.
60-year-old chocolates.
60-year-old chocolates.
They taste a little plasticky though.
So these were, I mean, they look real.
Yeah, they do.
They did a really nice job making plastic chocolates back then.
That was
That's
so
cool.
they wouldn't melt in the lights.
Yeah, so you have the bright lights
Oh,
and
the
stuff.
light, hot lights,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow. Well, they look great even in plastic. So I do remember, I grew up in Vermont, and I do remember Gilbert chocolates.
Oh, from Vermont?
Yes.
Wow,
in
I'm
Vermont.
impressed.
I remember having them, because when I moved here, I was surprised. I never associated
Yeah.
the company with Jackson. So it was a nice surprise.
Yeah, how nice.
Yeah, they were sold at Macy's in New York City, and I mean, it was nationwide. And then after John Gilbert passed away, the company, got much smaller.
Yeah, his leadership was so critical to the
Yep, it was.
company.
Yeah. So, but we're still here, and we sell a lot of chocolates,
Building it back up.
building it back up. Yep. Not up to 200 employees yet, but
Well, the employees that you have a great staff
yes,
right now.
we do. Yes, we're very blessed.
It's a great time for Gilbert chocolates for Christmas gift giving, or using for entertaining, or bringing for hostess gift.
Yep. So these are our old boxes, and here are our new boxes. These have real candy in them. This is our deluxe assortment, and we have for Christmas, we have these snowflake boxes. They look like they're gift wrapped, but it's just the box.
Nice.
But we have lots of different boxing choices. You can choose what you want and take away as much candy as you want to take
There's
with
no
you.
limit. You don't.
And we'll
set
carry them
limits.
to your car for you.
You'll even mail them for us.
We will.
Yeah,
Yep. As soon as we get done here, we're going to the post office.
we see you going to the post office every day with your
Every day.
arms filled.
Fortunately, sometimes they'll come to us if we ask them, which
Yeah.
really helps.
Yeah, the
So,
post office does pick up. So
I had a viewer just about 3 days ago ask when you were going to be on the show again, and they said, "I really like Sally. She's funny." I'm sorry, but that's
yeah, I'm kind of strange myself. I mean, funny myself. So
he probably thought you were funny too, but he just happened to mention Sally.
well, Brian's not on very much. So, usually it's me. So,
You are, even though you have that history and those old recipes, you like to experiment, and
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
always cooking up something.
Yeah.
one of the things we found for when we first bought the place was a book that I read, and we had always struggled with getting the enrober to work right. And then that book, it told us exactly how to do it, and it was really handy to have that knowledge once we read the book. So there was a lot of useful things that we found when we purchased
Yeah.
Gilbert chocolates. That
Is there
we've
anything
used.
unusual that they made that people just wouldn't think of today?
they had, back in the 40s and stuff, one of the popular chocolates were chews. And they were really nuggets. They were nougat sort of thing, and they were really chewy candy. And we don't make that anymore. We brought it back a couple years ago, and we had to eat it all because nobody was very interested in it. But
You
every
should've
now and
called me.
then, somebody will come in and ask for a box of chews, and our staff goes, "What are chews?"
Sounds kind of like
Is that-
tobacco, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So that's probably the strangest thing, but they didn't, of course, consider it strange then. But
No.
now, not many.
Well, if you
not
ever do that again, and you can't,
can't get rid of it, you
Yeah,
come over and take care of
please.
it.
Sorry, we
Yeah.
didn't think of you, Bart. We should have. We just didn't think.
what's real popular right now?
The
Cordial
turtles.
cherries,
Oh yeah, the cherries at
pecan
Christmas time.
turtles.
Are they real cherries?
Oh yeah,
They're
they're
maraschino cherries.
maraschino cherries.
Oh,
that are,
yeah.
and
So
then,
that was my dad's favorite, and I think we had Tim Boss here earlier, and we're talking about history and tradition and memories. And my dad, that was always, if we got him a box of chocolate covered cherries, he was in heaven. That was
Yeah.
that was perfect.
Yeah. Well, we're selling a lot of it. It's a Christmas item, and we are selling a lot of them. They're making a lot of them, and then they die out for a while, throughout the summer.
and Valentine's Day, they do well too.
And then they come back, and it's like, wow, I forgot.
Yeah.
So we're constantly running to Gordon Foods and buying cases of maraschino cherries. So it's all good. Everybody benefits.
Well, it's healthy fruit.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Get dark chocolate version.
Dark chocolate.
But
you
isn't it dark chocolate? Isn't that part of the cherry chocolate covered cherries?
Yeah, we do them in milk chocolate.
Both
and dark
ways?
chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's leading right now? Is it dark or milk?
Oh, milk always leads.
Always.
People come in and say, I should get dark chocolate, but I want milk.
It's it's a bit
And
sweeter.
so I had a guy ask me a few years ago, what's the difference between milk chocolate and dark chocolate? I said, the dark chocolate just has more cocoa in it, about twice as much. He said, so if I eat twice as much of the milk, I get the same amount of cocoa? I said, yep, you do. He said, that's my theory, that's what I'm going to do. Give me 2 pounds.
See, Brian's funny too. The hostess, bringing something for a hostess, that's a
Yes,
really
yeah.
Perfect.
Yes.
What else would be more perfect? I can't
Yeah.
think of that.
Yeah.
And our Jackson box is always popular, and the Michigan box does well. And of course, we now have an Ann Arbor box since we're in Ann Arbor. So,
Right.
so if you want to know about Ann Arbor, we've got a little history on the back about Ann Arbor, and that's kind of fun for those who are interested in that. So,
Yeah, in Briarwood Mall, they actually the products were so popular, the owners of Briarwood Mall begged
that's right.
the Kirchbaums to come put a store in.
Brian and I got to work it last Saturday. He and I did that store, and we were really, really, really busy. It was a good day, but we worked really hard.
That mall's still doing really well.
It
Yeah,
seems to be,
yeah,
yes.
it's doing well.
Yeah.
And downtown, you've got the store here and also at Jackson Crossing.
Yep.
So 3 brick and mortar locations.
Pack a plaza for the old timers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there are old timers. I mean,
That's
people
right,
that
yeah.
remember
There's probably
the-
people who
Yeah.
remember
I know
those
there are
boxes.
people watching that are
Yeah, who
saying,
remember those.
"Oh yeah, I remember those."
And people bring them to us. They'll bring us those old
Yeah.
boxes and things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice to have that stuff.
Well, you've kept the tradition really alive. I mean, you keep the logo. You know, the traditions. You've got the building you're in is
Yeah.
just full
Yeah.
of the company history.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, what days and hours are you open?
I'm downtown Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. At the mall, we're open mall hours, which right now is Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. But that changes. It's hard to keep track of it. Hard for me to remember during Christmas because, you know, as the season progresses, the hours get longer.
Yeah.
But the same hours that the mall's open, and the same in Briarwood. We're open the mall hours.
One thing that I think is pretty neat, I don't think we've talked about it before, you have a rewards program for frequent customers,
Yes.
and you don't have to be that frequent to get rewards.
That's right.
No,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, it's pretty generous.
Yeah, you get bonus points for signing up, and so when you walk out the first day, you will have earned a reward already. So
Yeah, last time I was there, I got $20 off of my box.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
that means you're a good customer.
Yes.
Well, I like, you know, if you wonder, what does that taste like? Your people are glad to share and let you try things, so that's cool too. So is it too late to get stuff shipped for
No,
Christmas?
so we'll ship as long as people order.
Okay.
The post office this year is saying the 18th is the last day, but I want to make it perfectly clear that we don't control the post office,
Right.
right? So if you know, if the post office doesn't deliver it on time, there's nothing we can do about it.
Well, the good thing is that even if it's late, it's still going to be awesome.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
gonna be-
Yeah.
it's still gonna be good.
Yes.
Well, it's always great to see you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing this history. I think
Yeah.
it's really cool. I love to see this.
It
this
is kind of fun to
thing.
go through and look
Yeah.
at it sometimes.
It is.
Remind ourselves what was, what is to come.
What it is, what it was, and what it is to be.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Still here, which
Yes.
is nice.
After
22 years.
122 years. Awesome. Thank you both.
All
Merry
right.
Christmas.
Merry
Thank you.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Brian and Sally Kirchbaum from Gilbert Chocolates.